salli ala rasulihil kareem amma ba'd. We started talking about how the Sahaba radiallahu anhum, who were the best of students, used to learn from Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, who was the best of teachers. One of the characteristics of the Sahaba when it came to learning is that they would be very patient in regards to the needs of their teacher. Whether that teacher was Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam or that teacher was another person from amongst the Sahaba, senior person from amongst the Sahaba. When the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam had welcomed the tribe of Thaqif, and Thaqif were the people of Ta'if, and most of you know what happened at Ta'if when the Prophet ﷺ went there. He was not welcomed. Rather, he was driven out, he was beaten and hurt, and he came back with injuries, covered with blood. Later on, these same people came and accepted Islam. So the Prophet ﷺ took out time to teach them. And that time that he had fixed, the only time that he had available for them was after Isha. So one night they sat there after Isha waiting, and you know Isha is already late. So they sat waiting and waiting, but the Prophet ﷺ did not come out. And finally when he ﷺ did come out, he said, the reason I was delayed is because I hadn't finished my tilawah, my recitation of Quran for today. And usually he would have finished that during the day. But he said, that to me is very important. It's more important than anything else. This is why I came out a little bit later. But they sat patiently. It wasn't that, okay, we came here, the teacher's not here, let's go. That was not the attitude. It was that, yes, we know the teacher is going to come. The expectation is that we'll be here. So we'll do as the teacher expects. So one of the important things is to be very considerate about the teacher's situation, circumstance, and what are they expecting from us in this process of learning. Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, after the Prophet ﷺ passed away, came to this realization that Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is no longer with us, but he has left behind oceans of knowledge with his senior companions. And he was just a young boy when the Prophet ﷺ left this world. Or he wouldn't let them know that he's waiting outside, so please come out so I can learn something from you or I have a question. His policy was that I'm going to learn at the convenience of my teacher. And because I'm going to these people for knowledge, I don't dictate the terms of when they should teach me. I don't have the right to place conditions that I need to be taught at this time or I can only learn at this time. No, it's whenever they are available. Sometimes he would have to sit there for hours. And he would just be sitting outside the house and the wind would be blowing and he would get covered with dust. When that companion would come out, he would say, "Oh, cousin of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you should have sent for us, we would have come to you. You are so honorable and so noble and so important, so significant in our eyes." He said, "No, I have come to you to learn. It is haqq on me that I come to you and I learn from you when it's convenient." So look at how they had this regard for the situation, the circumstance, the convenience of the teacher. Now the exact opposite of all of this would be to do something that causes inconvenience to the teacher. That would be the exact opposite of this. So, part of our learning legacy, remember, it's not just the knowledge that we're learning, it's also the way that the knowledge is acquired. That's also a part of learning. So we're learning actually two things: the knowledge and also the way to acquire the knowledge. If we have this knowledge in front of us, but we're not acquiring it in the right means, we won't be able to benefit from it. And if we have even a little bit of knowledge, but we acquire it the right way, that little bit of knowledge will take us much, much, much further than a whole bunch of information would ever possibly could. So let's start bringing this into our learning process. Regard for the teacher, consideration for the teacher, and what is the teacher really expecting? What are the expectations that the teacher would have? I'm going to go a little bit beyond that. I'm going to go a little bit beyond that and do something to really show that I honor this teacher. And this goes for all our subjects, generally speaking. For all our subjects, we want to go out of our way and act in such a way that the teacher doesn't just feel like they've taught and we've learned, but the teacher feels honored. It's about giving them that position of honor. And if we can do that, we will benefit so much from our teachers, and of course we'll get their du'as as well, and we'll get their good sentiments on our side, and that will take us a lot further than even our own effort will. May Allah give us tawfiq. Wa sallallahu wa sallam wa baraka ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi.